Hey guys, what's going on? Third Street Reactions here. We're back. I'm Shane.
Zack.
We're back here with Samurai Jack.
Season 3, Episode 5. Shane has not seen it.
No.
I have seen it and I might forget some of it.
Yeah.
Not because I was drunk, but because, you know, my schedule was all over the place.
Yeah, you kind of had it on in the background.
I had it on in the background when I was drawing, and then I watched it over with the kids, and it's been at least 4 years since I really watched it through. So I'm getting a refresher.
Yeah.
So you're on last time.
Yeah, it was Jack versus Aku and all the undead in the graveyard. It was just one big action scene, but it didn't get old. It was beautiful.
So it reminded me, I forgot to mention last episode, but it reminded me of Army of the Dead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
With the Bruce Campbell.
Yeah. I kept thinking of Pirates of the Caribbean. I kept thinking of actually Lord of the Rings, except I think in the second or third one when the undead.
I thought of that too.
Yeah.
Actually, on my notes, but yeah, the where Aragorn.
Yeah, that was so cool, dude.
Was to confront them.
Yeah. Because I haven't seen Pirates for so long, and obviously all the stuff that's in the news with Johnny Depp, I was thinking I need to go watch this. I always seen the second or third one.
The first one's
once.
the best one.
Yeah, I really like that one.
If you only ever watch the first one and you don't see any other ones, you ain't missing out. So
I remember saw the first one multiple times. Second, third, I saw in theaters. I liked them, but the first one it was really good.
That's the best one.
Yeah, but I didn't see the other two. I heard it ended really well. But I know they're making another one, Margot Robbie, and supposedly he was going to be in it, and now he's not in it, and I think that's a shame because even if those movies aren't good, he's great.
So I'm not going to watch it.
Yeah.
So fuck you, Disney.
Yeah.
You're not getting this one from me.
Yeah. But anyways,
even if it's pirated and free.
Man, everything we watch is pretty much.
My point is, I'm not going to watch it.
Yeah. No, it was just a really good one, and this show constantly just gets better, or at least stays as good. So let's just jump it.
Unleashed an unspeakable.
That's a horrifying thing. He is kind of a disturbing. Like if you saw one of those things, like big, tall, black, like 12 feet tall with his big eyes.
Fuck yeah!
What should you start running? Yeah, so you catch my ass. Imagine those kids are probably upper class though, right?
Same eye gestures.
Yeah. Kind of remind me of Wind Waker.
I'm gonna get you guys.
Fuck!
It says that long ago, the evil overlord Set came and unleashed his evil minions upon the land. None of the great pharaoh's armies could stop the minions to be freed of their prison. The only salvation would be to... What? Ah!
What are you children doing down here? We have found it.
Huh. That's a really cool way to tie in his past with the future of the show.
The ancient prophecies were true. You are most impressive. Minions of Sith. A samurai warrior approaches this warrior.
I like the idea of more stories where they're connecting like his past with the present day storyline.
It seems so familiar.
This might have only been like 10 years ago for him, right?
Mm-hmm. Minions of Set.
Yep, remembers.
God damn, whooping his ass.
Fuck yeah! taking more hits here than he did with the last episode.
These creatures are more powerful than anything I have ever encountered. But there must be a way to destroy them.
Is he gonna remember the text?
If the evil should ever be freed, your only salvation will be to summon the Protector and call the Sun. To do this, you must...
Damn it. Oh, so it's gonna be destroyed.
The Scarab. It is the key. But how to get it?
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Sea of reeds. What could that mean? Reeds! Sea of reeds!
His voice sounded funny there.
Just flies off.
Yeah.
Doesn't do anything.
Like Eagly on Peacemaker. I knew that fucking eagle didn't understand. Tartakovsky version of Moon Knight comes down.
Beefy motherfucker.
Yeah.
Do you happen to know where there is a time portal?
I'm out.
Yeah.
But I am not worried. For one day you will fail.
That was Shane's reaction. That was my pretty much reaction because I haven't seen this in a while.
Did you remember much? I mean, you told me you
I
remember
remember
something.
the Scarab,
Okay.
but I don't remember much of the other shit. Like
Yeah.
Horus. I'm assuming it's Horus. I don't know.
Okay.
It's been a while.
Well, I don't know a lot about Egypt.
Egyptian deities. They had. Didn't they have like a lot of them? Like a Thora?
Yeah. Yes.
They weren't just like the basic ones like Horus and Ra and Anubis.
So they had, like,
the easy ones like
a
Stargate gave us.
Yeah.
But they had, and
Yeah.
that Moon Knight gave us as well, like Amet
Yeah.
and everything. But we have Set, which reminds me of the show that you were big on.
Road Warriors?
Yes.
Yeah. You know, that was the first tactical anime I've ever watched. And when you're younger, you don't really know it's an anime. You're just watching a cool show. Mm-hmm. It's a great one.
Wasn't Set one of the villains?
Was Anubis.
Mm-hmm.
There's... And he's obviously based off Anubis. Looked like kind of like Anubis. The guy with the... I mean, they just called him Anubis. And his armor, I can't remember what his armor was called. But he even had like this kind of like this... you know, like the way they do like eyeliner or curls. Pretty sure he had a certain look to him. Even though for the most part, he looked Caucasian. You know, but of course, you know... in anime sometimes it's hard to tell. I can't remember all the fucking... I can't remember all the villains now. But I feel like Set might have been one of them.
I feel like Set was
there's
one of them.
Sekhmet, I thought. He was
Sekhmet, yeah.
He was like poison, and he had
But who was the main bad?
Talpa.
Talpa. I don't think he was actually like an Egyptian god. He was...
No, he... if anything, it might be like... I mean, there's obviously Anubis, but a lot of it's rooted, I think, in Japanese mythology. Obviously, samurai troopers, but all the armor was once the evil armor of Talpa when he came from his dimension to take over, destroy the world, and then the Ancient defeated him and divided his armor up and spread them all around. But there's like the representation.
minions.
There's like the evil representation of himself, which is like the villain armor, and then there's like the more the unevil part of him that manifests itself as like nature. There's like air, fire, water, all that shit.
Really?
Yeah, it's really cool. I've rewatched a little bit recently. I mean, it looks like it was.
Do you remember the Knights of Tyrannog?
Why does it sound familiar?
It was a toy series. I think it must have been. I don't know if it was a live action thing like Power Rangers.
Are those like the action figures you had? They were kind of tall, and they were like the first kind of realistic.
Yeah.
Ones I remember you got them. They're like kind of, because we were playing with like kind of unrealistic figures.
Yeah.
And they had like a good detail to them, and they were like a little taller than the other ones. Yeah, I remember that.
That was the kind of the joy of our childhood. It was that we see these transitions of toys.
Yeah,
We saw.
we didn't have the
We saw the
really.
transitions from between.
You're not grabbing a toy; you're grabbing a beer.
We saw the transition
Yeah,
between Bandai's original DBZ figures.
yeah,
They were very static. Like they had shoulder movement.
yeah,
And that was it.
Yeah.
And like Frieza had his tail that moved. Mm-hmm. So we saw the transition between those.
They looked alright, but they
which
didn't move the best.
They looked okay.
Yeah,
Okay. They didn't move worth a shit.
Yeah.
But they were fun to play with as kids because it's all we had.
yeah,
But we saw the transition from them to the newer figures.
yeah. I mean, and
We
now
saw that. It was a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like we played with. You had all kinds of Ninja Turtle toys.
yeah,
And I had some too. We got hearts and things like that.
Yeah.
And the Ninja Turtle figures were great. They had very limited articulation. They had ball joints in their
Yeah.
hips. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They had 6 points of articulation.
Yeah.
Sometimes 7 if they had a tail. So 7 max articulation. Pretty limited.
yeah.
But it was our imagination that benefited from it.
No, yeah, no, I completely
You had
agree.
to make up for the limitations of the figures. Now your figures are fucking. They have like 30 or some odd points of articulation.
Now that
Amazing levels of articulation.
I'm glad that action figures have kind of made a comeback in like the hearts and minds. Like our generation actually grew up and they continue to carry it on the tradition. They're the big collectors and they're responsible for a lot of the I guess the toy figure economy continues to grow because of because of our generation and younger kids are getting into it. It's really cool. I would really like to see, just like I've seen in Clone Wars figures of Tartakovsky's work, I like to see action figures of this because of its simple design. I feel like it lends itself well to a very cool looking figure.
The best things I've seen of this, Funko Pop
Yeah.
had a version that's probably 3 years ago now, but it was Aku and Jack in a set.
Yeah.
And say what you want about Funko Pops. I mean, they're limited because they're just like a one stylized representation of things.
Yeah.
Which
They have a Samurai Jack, but it's upstairs because we're using him for a photo shoot.
he's not like a literal. I don't know. He's not like
No, he's
a
not
regular Funko.
Funko, he's something
like
else.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Same company, but
Yeah.
but yeah, it'd be great to have some actual action figures of it. There's so many action figures in my life. What is one action figure you wish they would have made of any character of anything? What is the one action figure that was never made that you wish would have been made from a company? A version of it, like the best version of that figure from one company you think you could imagine. I have two, honestly.
I have to really, because I mean, Ninja Turtles are the big ones, and they have those, and they have even.
They have some great figures in
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles. They've come a long way. Like Ninja Turtles has been seeing a lot of limelight lately.
Yeah.
So
I mean, there's also like newer versions of the Ronin Warriors that look amazing. Like an SH figure that's like, I don't think they made it, but like a high quality, great looking ones. You take the armor off and all this posability, they look fucking great.
two figures I've always wanted.
Yeah.
Two. The only two I've always wanted. Always wanted since I was... I shouldn't say always because one of them is more recent.
Okay.
But okay, the one I always wanted was a damn good Ganondorf figure.
I'd rather say it'd be great to have a great Legend of Zelda figures.
Yeah, we have not had a good run of Legend of Zelda figures. Figma has made very good Zelda and very good Link figures.
Yeah.
So they already have produced those.
Yeah.
But there has never, ever in my fucking life been a good Ganondorf figure. There never has. There's a really cool one from Ocarina of Time, but he has the same let's see, neck, shoulders, hips, and waist. 6 points of articulation that every other lame figure had back then. And the art looks good on it. You know, Eric had a copy of it. I bought a copy of it.
Yeah.
That was it. That was the best Ganondorf figure they ever fucking made. Was the original Ocarina of Time action figures. They've never made a good Ganondorf figure. They made good busts. They made a statue of him from Twilight Princess.
Yeah. He looks great.
But he looks great, but he wasn't posable.
Yeah.
It wasn't good.
You're
so
more
I'm sorry.
and you're as a collector, you like more of the action figures than busts personally, right?
No, I think there needs to be a balance. Like, the fucking thing needs to look like the original character.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to be like a goddamn janky Lego.
Yeah.
It ruins it. So, and the other one is Fuhrer King Bradley, Wrath from Brotherhood. I just wish that series saw a little more love in terms of action figures. They made a good bust, like a 1/4 scale version of King Bradley.
Yeah.
That is fucking sweet. It is way more money than I would ever spend on a figure.
Yeah.
But it's him in his final battle when he storms his palace.
Yeah.
And he gets wounded in the abdomen.
Yeah.
And he has his 2 swords and shit.
I'm trying to think of things like, I mean, we have Warriors of Virtue, which you blessed me with 2 back there. Like a modern, really cool looking versions of them. Like, but they just never would. Why would they? You know what I mean?
They shouldn't. I personally, those are the 2 figures I wish they would make.
The Sahara Desert in Egypt, every 20,000 years, because of the tilt of the earth, turns into a green, lush landscape with some of bodies of water that are bigger than the Great Lakes and some like top 10, top 20 rivers in terms of width. And I think it was actually recently as 5,000 years ago that Egypt. So we got 15,000 more years until it turns green again. Just 5,000 years ago, it was a lush green landscape.
So was America how it is now? I won't say now, but how it was in like the
I don't really know.
pioneer days. You know what I mean? Like mostly plains and grass and some rivers and some mountains.
Well, they got a lot of because like the Great Plains were made by the Native Americans in terms of like it was just cleared out by that people, and like there's this theory that the Native Americans, they cut down and burnt more trees. They did it at such a high level; it's comparable that it is today. They did like a lot of deforestation, and there's a lot of man-made shit here. I don't know what the climate was like, but I just do know like that region of Africa, because of the tilt, it greatly affects that region.
Yeah, we primarily have a desert in the southeastern.
Yeah.
America. So I don't know.
Yeah. So like I was wondering, they probably weren't taking that into account when they made this. Like if there's
I think this is supposed to be straightforward.
Yeah.
You have Egyptian mythology.
Yeah.
They're giving you Egypt.
Yeah. Well, the idea that the Sphinx, like it looks like there was erosion, like water erosion on it that's very high, and which would date it later than 4,000 years, which a lot of people think, there's not one hieroglyph on the inside of the pyramids. It's on other Egyptian shit. On the pyramids, there's none.
So the actual pyramids, the whatever wonder of the world.
Yeah.
But they don't have any hieroglyphs inside of them.
None.
Well, it's because they're all dead inside. They don't need to read. If you're dead, you don't need to read.
Yeah, but
those fucking workers probably thought, they're like sitting there like, you know what?
Yeah.
We're fucking done. We're not carving anything else. These fuckers are dead.
But we're closer to Cleopatra than Cleopatra is to the construction of the pyramids in terms of where she was in history.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is crazy, yeah. Well, she's closer to a McDonald's being built than she is the pyramids being finished.
It's so funny to think about.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
People flipping grease burgers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no there is still a major glorification of beautiful women.
Yeah.
So she wouldn't have missed out if she was beautiful. And I don't know that she was, but legend has it.
Yeah.
She was okay looking.
Well, she was able to do all the things she was able to do.
Maybe not like Helen of Troy.
She started wars.
Started fucking wars. Bet she was a blonde.
Yeah.
She was Greek. Dark haired, I bet.
I guess you're right. Yeah, they could have dyed their hair. The Vikings dyed their hair. There was a lot of blondes there, but they dyed their hair too. We know because we found dye.
Dyed their hair blonde?
Yeah, because blonde was more beautiful to them. So they were blonde hair.
So they were still like strictly Germanic, like Germans had like dark brown hair.
Yeah, but like we know in Scandinavia, blonde hair, like it was like recently as 4,000 years ago, blonde hair, blue eyes developed. But guys, this was a good one, and we always get good conversations. Actually, probably most things that we do. But anyway, we'll see you guys next week. This comes out every Wednesday, so we'll see you next Wednesday. Guys, thank you so much for watching our reaction. We are airing these every Wednesday, and we just hit 10K, so we're incorporating things for the future of the channel. So we need your help, and you guys have been a big help so far. We appreciate it. Just like and subscribe, hit the notification, leave a comment down below.
Stick it for Primal.
Yes. All right.